All right, everyone, we have a new political concept to discuss, which is emoji activism. It's basically a takeoff of sort of the fake activism, like, if 10,000 people like this post, Mark Zuckerberg will save this cancer kid, that sort of bullshit. And that's the period positive emoji that they've just developed. Yes, some of these tech firms now deploying in order for women to have a emoji for their period, I guess. They want to have like a blood drop on here. I'm thinking to myself, my God, the number of ways in which this could possibly be misused. Like, you're going to have, like, sanguinarians and shit using this as their official marker and stuff. I'll probably put with a blood drop emoji in my username just to let people know I'm antisocial and have a bad attitude sometimes. So don't worry if you feel insulted and triggered, so fuck yourself. Man, that'd be so great. Remember, men supposedly now can get periods too, so I don't know what this has to do about women's activism. It's like, this is the sort of feel-good corporate bullshit that, I mean, the company will deploy it. It's not actually going to do anything. All it's going to do is cause a lot of trolling. Ultimately, as soon as people start posting, free bleeding, period emoji, people are going to dogpile them. Because it's culturally, it's way, way out there. It's like 5 steps beyond the Overton window. They know that this is going to happen, but it makes it look family-friendly. It makes it look like they're progressive and like they're doing something to change culture and change intolerant people's minds, which is the exact opposite of what everything they ever do has done. What really happens is the corporation says, we want more money. We want more investment. Let's be on the forefront of seeming progressive and liberal and family-friendly and trans-positive, fat-positive, blood positive, HIV positive in many cases. Let's be on the forefront of that wave of tolerance, ride this zeitgeist, so to speak, into having more in our bank accounts. It's a very good corporate strategy, and corporations have done this for a long, long time. Back in the 50s, they used to do something that's roughly similar. They'd say, well, we're the most American. You'd look at their ads, and for no reason, there's like American flags and fireworks, and the dude's sitting there shedding a single tear and eagles flying around. What are you buying? Sausage. Tobacco. Buy this car. Uncle Sam himself would be proud to drive a Chevrolet. You get that sort of thing, and it's basically just feel-good bullshit. And it always was bullshit. I mean, the corporation ultimately exists just to make money. Arguably, that's less bullshit because at least back then they were engaged in capitalism. There was competition going on, unlike today. When Silicon Valley firms that are multinational, often, massively wealthy, highly monopolized in nature, when they talk about activism, it's basically like when the government talks about the Patriot Act. Well, it's not patriotic. Think of the children. Well, yeah, they think of the children that they're blowing up overseas. That gets them off, probably. That's really what it's about. Family friendly. No, you mean censored. You mean a violation of the fundamental spirit of free speech and free expression. Dorsey comes out the other day and says, well, I'm not sure Twitter can remain this neutral platform anymore. No, it's never been a neutral platform. It exists to make money. You're trying to fiddle things around because you're losing money and you're losing users. That's the only reason you're changing the way that you're doing things. The Silicon Valley firms changed a couple years ago because advertisers complained. They're like, oh shit, we're going to lose money. We better start censoring things. Now they're looking for more ways to censor, and they're also looking for ways to work around having to censor things because they're fucking themselves. That's what it's about. It's about money. It's not about an ideological war. The period emoji isn't about a bunch of progressives. It's about a bunch of people who make 6- and 7-figure salaries sitting in a corporate boardroom, and figuring out how they can make more money and make more sales. Crapple does this all the time. They're famous for doing this. Oh yeah, you'll be the talk of the town. Get our new iPad. Yeah, it's overpriced fucking garbage, but hey, it's all about your ego. Stroke it, stroke your ego and then stroke something else. If you can find it, you'll need a magnifying glass. You fucking pussy. That's basically what Apple is about. The corporate boardroom invents all of these meaningless, which is what they are, little activistic sort of things, and deploys them as a form of propaganda. And that's all it'll ever be. Period emoji. It's going to be misused by more people that are detractors of the basic sentiment than it will be people that actually are taking it seriously. And then those same people, those people who are further left and they do the free bleeding or whatever, they use one of those things so they can pee out their blood or weird shit like that, they'll complain and talk about cyberbullying, and then they'll have some fluff pieces in Right Wing Watch and BuzzFeed, and the whole cycle will repeat over again the next time they do. It's like Vice the other day. It's funny. And then developed an emoji, and it's like a hand going like this, and they're like, oh, finally an emoji to mock men. I'm thinking to myself, That's funny. You keep saying women can have penises too, so I'm not sure. By the way, you sound sexist. But it's coming from Vice. I mean, they just had to downsize. I wonder why they keep having to do that. Silicon Valley's snuffing itself out. The legacy media is snuffing itself out, specifically because of stuff like this. The problem is, short term it can help you, but once you've got mountains and mountains of little pieces of craptivism that makes you look blatantly partisan, turns people off, that means you have to censor more and more groups of people, more and more things fall under cyberbullying and result in you suppressing users, eventually you collapse because you've alienated everyone. There's no one left to use your platform, including people on the left. Some rapper used the wrong lyrics. Oh, you said the F word or whatever. We gotta kick you off our site. Hey man, I'm a lifelong socialist. Fuck off. You get stuff like that. So yeah, it's a microcosm of corporate activism. It's a microcosm of this whole fucking decade, really. People think that if you make a Facebook post, it changes the world. No, it requires some real-world effort. It's like when they circulate petitions. Unless it's on whitehouse.gov, it's not even going to get a response. You have to have overwhelming numbers of people supporting a message of activism in order for anything to happen. But people would rather outsource it to a corporation. They want a hands-off approach. This is how authoritarianism takes hold. They don't want to take initiative. The parents don't want to make sure that their kids aren't watching stupid shit online, so they ask the government to ban it. It's a bunch of soccer mom fucking bullshit. That's basically the name of the game. And it'll keep up. Thankfully, at some point, you get a paradigm shift and it tends to recede fairly quickly, or you get a technological shift. The internet itself was one of those shifts. For the first 10 years, the internet was virtually uncensored in every possible capacity. Everything was there. Then you get a little bit of like control over some of the larger sites, and now it's, you know, it's progressed to the point where it's more centralized. Even then, you have a lot of independent content. The only problem being that Silicon Valley, in order to gobble up more money, is trying to destroy it all, which is, again, the name of the game. But we'll see what happens in the near future. So yeah, eat up, boys. Get your Red Wings. That's really what the period emoji is really about. Devour some blood, Vlad Dracula now. That's about all. Peace out.